have returned to another episode of the Golden Ticket podcast where me and my buddy Dan, we recap the most recent episode of my movie trivia game show series, Are You a Movie Oracle? And we also spend a lot of time mocking the contestants, which we do out of love though, because these people are awesome. Kind of. Sometimes. Maybe. I'm kidding. I love these people. Most of them.
Well, that's not what you told me before we started recording. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that. Oh yeah, solid bunch of people. You seem to attract the most worthy contestants to your show. Is that better?
Well, I mean, I did end up with Bongo, so I guess that speaks volumes.
Oh. Sometimes you attract the worthy contestants anyway. Yeah, sure.
Well, it's been, what has it been, 3 months since we did an episode of this? Oh wait, no, we did the one where we didn't have anything to talk about, so we just played movie games.
Yeah, which was fun, but yeah, no, it has been quite a while. And I can tell because, like, my Sundays are now taken up with other things, which has been going on for a little while now, because we used to, of course, do this every Sunday. Well, not every Sunday, but on Sundays. But yeah, my Sundays are a whole different beast now, and I got no time for you, Ashleigh. I can't fit you in to my schedule, that is.
You do know it's Saturday, right?
Yes, that's why I said I can't fit you in on Sundays anymore. You're not paying attention, are you?
I said you're not speaking English to me.
Oh, wow. All right. For everyone who's watching this, I've been dealing with this for the last 18 minutes where I say perfectly normal human being type words, and Ashleigh's just kind of like, I don't understand what you're saying right now. That's a pretty good impression, actually. Yes, anyway, cool.
Why is your impersonation of me drunk?
Thing. Hey?
Why is your impersonation of me drunk?
Because you're kind of on the same level of cognitive ability as a drunk person today, but notice I said today, like you're not usually like that, but yeah. Anyway, this is it's just going to make this even more fun, really, isn't it?
Well, I don't know. I guess we will see. So
Yes, we will.
So the new episode, back in full swing, Redemption series has ended, so we're back into the normal lineup, which means John, who has been waiting since December to return to compete. He waited so patiently. He did not message me.
Wow.
He did not kick up a fuss at all. I like that kind of
person. Yeah, but
person.
that's British people. British people are like that, though. They're very calm and nice and jolly people.
Oh, that's funny because John's not British. He's from Florida.
Is that the other one? John and Josh. Fuck. Yeah. You can edit that out. You're not going to edit that out, are you bastard? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I thought, hang on, was it John? Ah, oh, man. Yeah. Look, they've got really similar names, okay? It'd be like if I went up against someone called Dave, and it'd be very easy to not remember who we are. Shut up.
Hey, I understand, because when I have all my questions written down, I typically will go in with a pen or a marker or something, and right next to each question, the initial of the person's name whose question that's meant to be. In this case, it's J and J, so I'm like, oh, crap. Now I gotta try and write in their whole name and hope that I can actually see it on the paper. And luckily, it went okay. I
just love the fact that I spent all that time chastising you for not being able to communicate effectively today, and I just went and made a huge faux pas like that. So, yeah.
Thank you, Karma.
Here's to you.
How you doing, girl? You're doing good. I like you. I like your work. Go after Trump next.
Oh, boy. Anyway. No. So, now I can't even remember who's who anymore. Fucking hell. So
John is the American, Josh is the Brit.
Right. So John, was on that side. Josh is on that side. Yeah, I mean, I know who these people are. Like, I've seen their stuff and everything. I just had a momentary lapse. Yeah,
Because you're getting old.
not my
It's
finest,
okay.
not my finest moment. I'll just throw that out there right now.
You have fine moments?
Well, all right. Anyway, so yes, he waited patiently since December. Good old James, who's not from here. Yeah, please continue, please.
Well,
I'm
things...
struggling here.
I know, but it's so entertaining. I want more. Okay, so this was the question I think that some people would be asking because, you know, people like to make fun of me when they know certain details about my show is, did this recording go off without a hitch? That
It did not look like it. I don't actually know what happened, but I could tell from the banter at the start about how you were, pretending to do it again or whatever, that something went wrong.
Yeah.
And I remember watching it thinking to myself, yep, that's my girl.
yeah, we just expect it of me. We expect failure.
Exactly.
That's
Yes.
what my mother says to me all the time.
At least you're consistent.
So, unfortunately, we started recording. We had a completely different category for round one. And I had gone and done a whole different layout for the intros where it was more of them introducing themselves, talking about their channels and what they do on their channels. And then we got into round one. I'd say we were about halfway through the questions. Blue screen of death, as occurs so often. This time, however, I did not have a meltdown. There was no melting down. I was very calm.
Well, you're used to it by now. I mean, I don't want to... That's not... I'm trying not to make that sound too bad, but, I'm just stating facts here.
Well, you're not wrong. But just because it happens a lot doesn't mean that I'm used to it, because it's always a shock to the system when it happens. And this time I was just like, it's okay. I think also because when it happened in Lucy and Stephanie's episode, it was like 6, 7 o'clock in the morning. I was running on no sleep, very tired. So I was pretty much delirious the whole time, and I'm saying things and I don't even know what I'm saying. Words are coming out of my mouth, and it's not until I'm looking back and watching the recording I'm like, I need subtitles for this shit. Like, so I understand. There were several times, sometimes it was left in the episode, and other times I cut it out, where I go to say something and it's gibberish. It's a word, but it got mixed with another word, so it's something different, and I'm just like, no, that's not a word. Let's try that one again.
Right.
Sorry. But they were laughing at my idiocy, so that's okay. That's okay. But in this case, while my computer was booting up again, I just went, okay, I can't ask them the same questions, and I'm not going to do the same thing that I did last time because I've lost more than just 2 questions. So I checked, I still had some recorded images of the spinning wheel from when I was preparing for the Redemption series. So I quickly went there and picked what was something the wheel had spun to that I can actually use in editing. And horror came up, so I switched the first topic to horror, which they were both actually much happier with. They did quite like the original first category, which was actually Julia Roberts. It was her first time to be used. And
Right.
there was a bit of struggling, and it was also a shame because it was right before we restarted that I made a comment on, I don't know if you noticed, but there's a point in the episode where we talked about, or maybe it was, no, I think Josh posted on Twitter, he's like, watching this, you'll learn what it means to do a Josh, which is...
Oh, okay.
Which was actually a reference to him yelling out the answer before I have finished asking the questions. The options.
Yeah.
And it was after that I was mentioning that oh, I run all my questions by my brother because he's the movie expert far more than I or anybody else I know. And he's a big Julia Roberts fan. And I was throwing him out all these questions and he wasn't even letting me give all the options. He just immediately was throwing out the answers. And I'm saying, he did a Josh. So the guys were pissing themselves laughing. And I'm like, it's kind of a shame that part got cut because I even joked, I said, I'll put it on a t-shirt doing a Josh. It's like, it was a perfect moment, but that...
Yeah.
I think for me, that was probably the highlight of the episode. That was pretty damn funny.
Right. Yeah, because... so, Han, did you say that happened in the bit that you lost, was it? Or, cause
no.
still...
That happened in the horror category.
Yeah, no, because I was going to say it happened again? Or no, okay. Yeah, no, that was so funny. What was the question again?
The question was, name the 2010 remake of the 2008 film Let the Right One
In.
In.
Yes, that's right, of course. Yep, and he was just like, let me in! But that's kind of like how my brain works with it, because I actually got every single horror question right, which was pretty crazy, and most of them, my brain was like blurting out the answer, before they came up. There were 2 questions, can't remember which ones they were, that I guessed the answer, but I managed to guess them correctly. One of them, the answer was 3. Was it a how many Oscars question or something?
Yeah, how many Academy Awards did Pan's Labyrinth win?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, which... Pan's Labyrinth is... I know it had horror elements. Is it a horror movie? I don't know.
It's a dark fantasy, and it's also a period piece, and kind of a historical piece as well. It's an amalgamation of so many different genres.
Yeah, definitely.
And so, because sometimes that dark fantasy element kind of weaves its way into horror, that it has become a popular film among a lot of horror fans. Yeah. So that's why it ends up in the horror genre. That goes the same with a lot of psychological thrillers. Like, because they border in horror, they end up in, like, being in horror genres and vice versa. So...
But no, that one I guessed the answer. There was another question, I can't remember which one it was now, that I guessed.
Do you remember what the answer was?
No, I don't. Because admittedly, I wanted to leave it till as late as possible to watch it. And I watched it when I climbed into bed last night. Like, I just, normally I'll watch a movie or something just on my phone, on the table next to the bed. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'll watch it. And... yeah, so I did pay attention, but I didn't, make notes or anything, because there was one, I think there was a spelling error or something in there, and so you're lucky, because I can't remember what it was now, but there was a mistake somewhere, and I was like, oh, I gotta mention that, and then I was asleep, so, yeah, But no, they were good. They were good horror
grateful
questions.
For you're tired. Stay tired.
Yeah, they were really good questions. But that was, I think, the first time I've ever blitzed around on your show. So well done to me. I felt very proud of myself.
Well, the one that I know that you would have 100% aced would have been the question about the Mystery of the Wax Museum, because... Yeah. Because I know, I know you are also such a fan of the Vincent Price film, so...
Oh my god, yeah. That's probably, I would say, my number 1 favourite sort of, vintage film. And the DVD I have has both that and The Mystery of the Wax Museum, or whatever the original was called. And I did see the Paris Hilton one once. Yeah, I saw it once. That was enough. I know you said you were a fan, but I wasn't.
How can anybody not want to see Paris Hilton cop a pole through the skull multiple times? I don't understand. That's like the highlight of the film. That's like the best.
Oh look, I've seen videos where Paris Hilton is taking a pole. Hang on. Oh wait, no, that was something else. Yeah. No, look, if it was real life, that would be amazing. But yeah, it's just you know it was all special effects, and she walked away to be herself and live her life, and Anyway, look, no, good luck to her. I'm sure she's a lovely person. If I don't know.
Well, I was happy and surprised that the first round started off pretty damn strong because there were no questions that were not answered correctly, in the sense that at least both of them missed one, but the other person caught it. So they ended with a tied score, with both being 5 for 5. So that was starting off really good, and they were both pretty happy with that. Josh was very proud and impressed with himself of being like, woo! And John was
I know, especially because he started off, and I'm pretty sure I've got the right person this time. When he started off, saying that he was going to get absolutely creamed in this game and stuff, and so by the end of that round, I was kind of like, oh, okay, he must be feeling pretty good about himself right now, having a tied score. This is going to be interesting.
You'd hope so, but then unfortunately we moved to round 2, which was the dreaded category of drama, and which John did exceptionally well with that round.
Oh yeah, his movie knowledge was insane.
Yeah, I'm. There's so much stuff that gets cut out because otherwise the episode would go on forever. I can't keep everything. And that's why I was kind of giving the two of them shit, especially Josh, because before we started recording, before I had my mishap, he's like, oh, I can't wait to see the outtakes video of this. And I said, no, an outtakes video implies something went wrong. Don't wish that upon me. And then my laptop died, so when we came back and I said, this is your fault. I told you not to wish for this.
Right.
And then he's like, oh, do you have that moment? I said, no, I don't, because my laptop was dead. So there's only me reacting to dead air, and that only worked in the last outtakes, which was just, footage of me, dying in misery.
Having a breakdown. Yeah,
exactly.
That was the most depressing video I've ever seen on YouTube. I've actually seen ISIS torture videos that actually made me feel more uplifted than that video of yours, but anyway.
Okay, so many questions like, why are you watching ISIS torture videos, and do you have a soul? Answer to the second one
curiosity,
is no.
And I think so. I don't know. Well, I did have one, but Skull Queen apparently owns it now. So yeah, long story.
Did you do a Bart Simpson and you sold it for 10 cents?
Oh God, if only I made that much on it. No.
Your soul isn't worth that much.
Oh God, no. But no, the ISIS. Oh man, I don't know. I am one of these people that just has a really fucked up morbid curiosity. Like that website that I don't think it's around anymore, rotten.com, where they used to have autopsy photos and videos of people getting cut in half by trains and just all sorts of stuff. I used to go in there and see how long I could last watching stuff before I started just almost feeling faint from how horrible it was. So yeah, no, I've seen things.
So hang on, you would do that at your leisure for your own entertainment, but I'm the messed up individual for being forced to watch One Man, One Jar. Okay, I see how it is. Double standard, Dan. Double standard. I didn't make that choice. However, you made these choices.
Now, wait 1 second. Just because I said that you were fucked up, I never said I wasn't. Okay? In my defense, I have never for one single moment said I was normal.
I will not stand for this hypocrisy.
Anyway. Oh, shush you. But anyway, no, they're the sort of things you don't really want to ever watch them again. Oh boy, yeah, it's. I don't know.
Now he's watching videos about little boys. Oh, great.
Hang on, wait, what? What? When did I say that?
Nothing. nothing.
What did
I
I
was
just
joking
say?
because you
Rewind.
said, "Oh boy."
Video ref. Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah. Anyway. So, round 2 was drama. And, yeah. Actually, you should have ISIS videos as a category on your show. No. Anyway, move on. Keep going.
Oh my god,
drama,
lose
yes.
my channel. Never see it again. Bye.
And
I miss
John,
you.
who's not Josh, did a really amazing job in that round.
He did.
Yes.
I love that he, like I said, there's a lot of stuff that gets edited out. So there are so many times where he will answer a question, and you've seen bits of it in this episode and the last one he did, where he gives an answer and then he kind of goes into details about the film or the person that's related to it. Like, he really shows how much knowledge he has. He's a bit of a show-off. But I love it because at the same time, I'm learning something from it. And although I'm pretty sure when he does that, his competitors are just going, I am so fucked.
Maybe he does it to psych people out.
Maybe. I just love that he has a genuine enthusiasm for films and stage and all that stuff. And I mean, it's not good for me because I definitely feel like he's going to smash 5 episodes and go up against me, and I'm fucked. No.
Put him against Bongo.
That's
be
even less
interesting
than a challenge than I am.
I know, but like you'd have like the best and the worst of your show on there together. That would actually be kind of interesting.
That'd be a good Patreon series. My best competitors versus my worst competitors.
Well, Bongo's always up for anything, so...
Or maybe I should just...
do mean anything.
Maybe I should just get all the worst competitors together and see who's the best of the worst. You know? Like Thunderdome, just battle it out.
Yes. I was going to say 2 men enter, 1 man leaves, but Bongo's not a man, and some of your contestants are female, so...
But there is a man inside him.
Work. So, drama, yes. And... oh, look, we've all been there before, but...
this episode's going great. Actually, I have to say,
it's fantastic.
Just for the hell of it, I rewatched the Christmas special the other day, and because it had been a while, I was still cracking up laughing, especially seeing me have that just having that complete meltdown, and I'm having a meltdown watching myself have a meltdown because his horns are coming off.
Oh man, yeah, no, I've seen that a few times myself as well. I love that thing because, I mean, as I've said before, you know, I have this weird thing where I can watch Bongo's videos and it doesn't feel like that was me. Like I can watch him as this other character that, which I'm really lucky in that respect because, I'm a bit of a fan of his, I must admit. But
So you
no, I
love
think
yourself?
What's that? Sorry.
So you love yourself?
No, because as I just said, it feels to me like he's
but
not
in a
part
way, a
of me.
psychologist would look at that and go, someone loves himself.
Yeah, well, that's not how it is, so shut up. But no, I think we should get him on for another show, like as a contestant. That would be pretty cool. He's got a couple of projects in the works at the moment that I can't really say too much about. He has contributed a segment for a collaboration with another YouTuber. But I can't say who she is. There's or what the movie was or anything. I'm sworn to secrecy, but that's as much as I'm going to say. And he's also got a...
you said she, so the pool has just completely limited.
Yes, down to like 3 YouTubers. But he's also got a really... he's also got a really, really exciting project coming up with Jared Buckendall that... Oh man, it's been in development for a few months now. And the only reason it's taken that long is because I sent Jared a script for what we're doing, I think it was about 2 months ago, and he forgot to read it. So, I've been sort of sitting there like, maybe he didn't like it, or is he just really busy, or whatever.
No,
And then
he's
I
just
spoke to him the other
lazy.
day. I spoke to him the other day. I was like, hey, so, any thoughts on this thing we're doing or whatever? And he's just like, oh, shit. He's like, where were we up to? I completely forgot. And I was like, yeah, dude, I sent you a script for it like 2 months ago, which he had seen. I sent it through him on Facebook Messenger, and like he'd seen it 2 months ago, but didn't look at the actual script or anything. So, yeah. Anyway, that's on the move now. So, and that is going to be one of the greatest things that we've ever done. I am so looking forward to it.
Once again on this show, we have learned Jared is an idiot. So
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely. That's why he's doing a thing with Bongo.
Jared's like he's like another co-host of the show, just without ever having to be here because his name pops up on it so much.
It does. But that's only because I was talking about Bongo, but yeah. Oh well, anyway.
Can he sue for royalties? Using his name.
Oh, look, I don't. Look, his subscriber and view count like puts ours to shame, so he can fuck off with his royalties. Yeah. He can put his royalties in the same place where my hand goes in Bongo.
That wasn't the best burn. That was a bad one. Not the best work, Dan.
No.
I was just thinking watching that I still think my favorite line Bongo has, which, in case anybody was wondering, that entire Christmas special was not rehearsed whatsoever.
God, no.
That was just off the cuff insanity and hilarity. And my favorite moment is Bongo saying, well, there are times in my life, things happen, Rohypnol's involved. And I just die. Because it's just, you don't see it coming. You just like, Rohypnol was like, oh, okay. And I just love that I'm just casually like making notes that I just lose it. Because like...
Oh, yeah. But that's the thing, like, I don't know what Bongo's going to say. Like, I'm just looking in front of me right now, like, the notes I wrote down for his last news episode, they're just, like, really basic notes. Like, everything that happens is just, completely spur of the moment. Like, I don't plan anything when it comes to him, so... but it always makes it funnier, spontaneity is so much funnier. Even like, with this podcast we do, like the reason why they're always so funny is because we just don't plan anything, it's like,
never.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like if I tried to structure this podcast, it would be the most boring fucking thing on the planet. And I'm not saying it's that interesting now, but at least when Dan and I are recording it, we're having a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
Because we just end up getting completely stupid half the time. Okay, more than
exactly.
half, most of.
But we go from like, so round 2 was the drama category, and ISIS videos and fisting Jared Buckendall, and yeah. Wow.
That is exactly how we do. And see, I don't know. I feel like I'm the perfect test subject for anybody wanting to test out comedy routines because I laugh at fucking anything.
That is true.
Like, I was Skyping with a friend, not last night, the night before that, because we haven't actually properly talked in a while. And so we were Skyping for pretty much 4 hours, starting at 3 o'clock in the morning, my time, so, okay.
Eesh.
And it was fine, and there just became a moment where I lost it, and I was laughing hysterically to the point of crying, and she didn't understand why I was laughing, because it was just random, she hadn't said anything. She's going, Ashleigh, why are you laughing? And I said, because I heard your phone vibrate and the text go off, and she's like, why is that funny? And I'm like, I don't know, but...
Hey, that time of morning, anything is funny.
But it resulted in like 10 minutes of hysterical laughter, and she's like, are you okay now? And I'm like, no, I can feel this is one of my laughing fits. This could take a while. So every time I'm just like, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Yeah.
I was not okay. And it was nothing.
Right,
That's not
right.
something that should be funny. That was literally
No.
just... And I lost it.
Yeah.
Due to a text message.
Mm. Yeah, well, like I said, that time of morning the brain works very differently, and yeah, so it's understandable.
Oh yeah, people... two things will either happen to me after midnight. You know, it's like gremlins, you know, don't feed them after midnight. Don't talk to me after midnight, probably. But that's actually when I talk to people the most. So one of two things happen.
That's a bit hypocritical considering...
It's either I find everything hilarious, or I get very sensitive and I snap at fucking everything.
Right.
A friend of mine loved him for 11 years, and we do fan fiction writing like every goddamn day for 11 years straight. And when we're writing and it hits after midnight, if something goes wrong in the writing, it results in me kind of losing my shit, and I'm just like, nah, I'm not fucking doing this. Sorry, I'm done for the night. Fuck off. I'm not handling this. I'm upset. And he's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to upset you. And then it's in the morning, it's like, I'm sorry for how I reacted. That was a little over the top. And he's like, I know, I felt the same way. And I'm like, yeah, but you're just always like that. I'm just like that after midnight. So, I don't know. But, back onto the actual subject of,
Here we go.
drama.
Yes.
How did you... you're probably going to say, like, this is the round where I wrote something wrong and my spelling was for shit. Whatever.
I can't remember. I am gonna go through that episode and have a look at it because it's bugging me now. Like, I need to know what it was.
I do know that I wrote one of the questions wrong. Luckily, it still managed to make sense. And as I was asking the question, I had to do a double take and ask it twice because I couldn't understand my own wording.
Yeah. Which one was that again? Because I think I know the one you're talking
my
about.
My moonlight question?
What was it again?
In the 2016 film Moonlight, how many stages of life of the main character's life are presented? That's not...
Oh, no, that one was pretty straightforward to me. And the only because I haven't actually seen that film, but the only reason why I got that one right was because of the poster. Like, it's got, the 3 parts of the face on there. So, that seemed logical.
Didn't correlate. I didn't correlate.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the poster that didn't
figured
me.
Because of the poster, and I thought, oh, well, it must be 3. And it was 3. And I was like, yay, I got one right in the drama category. Yay.
Well,
I'm the best.
I managed to try and, after reading it, I managed to try and say it in a way that I think made sense. But reading it afterwards when I was typing it up for editing, I realized what my problem was. I started writing, it happens with so many questions, I start writing it one way, realize that I'm not going to get the question completely right, so I shift to writing it a different way, but I haven't gone back to cross out a couple of words. So when I'm saying how many stages of life, I stopped, and that should have been like, presented... it should have just been that. Instead, it was like, I threw in too much and then I confused myself. Yay.
Well, no, I thought that one was actually pretty clear, to be honest.
Well, at least you think so. I mean, of what you can remember in your, half unconscious state, how do you think the drama questions went?
Oh, they were as in like the quality of the questions themselves.
Sure.
Yeah, they were good, like as always. And yeah, like I mean, the only reason why I did so good in the horror one was because that's my jam, of course. Yeah, there were a few in the drama category I think I got right, but yeah, no, it was definitely more of a challenge. That's for sure, but a good challenge.
Yeah, I think some of the more tricky ones... I think Lady Bird was a little bit tricky, especially because... And I don't... Now I can't even remember if I kept this in the episode. I may have edited this out. Where I said to them... I don't get America where a school year starts in one year and ends in another. That's very weird to me. Like, why wouldn't you just start in one...
You must have edited that out because that wasn't in the episode, but I totally agree with you.
Because I'm just like, I don't understand you Americans. And John was just joking. He's like, yeah, well, we're the people who were like, oh, they do that, let's do something different. I said, yeah, that's exactly what you do. Because Lady Bird takes place from 2002 to 2003, from autumn to summer. And I thought, okay, that may be tricky, but if someone, for example, an American is... watching this and they know how school years work in America, that might work out in their favour. Obviously, Josh is not American, so he did not know.
Oh, yeah.
But luckily, so I gave him half a point because he said 2002 and it is 2002, 2003. But still, the fact that he got that at all because he remembered it taking place shortly after 9/11.
Yeah.
That's a point of reference for everybody. Oh, yeah, around 9/11. That's when it must have been. But, okay, cool.
No, I wasn't a huge fan of Lady Bird myself. I thought it was a very overrated movie. Like, it was okay, but I didn't dislike it. I just didn't really like it either. So, yeah, I wasn't a fan of that movie, so I did not...
I had a moment after that question was asked where I think I made Josh have a mini stroke because Josh was talking about that film and certain films like that where he says, watching them and they're so great and you can totally understand the emotions and character and the journey of the character and all this stuff, and he's like that's the kind of film you leave and you go, that's how you do feminism. And John said something, and I just sat there quietly for a moment contemplating that statement. I just had a complete poker face, and once they were done speaking, I said, it's always very interesting when I listen to a male tell me about a film doing feminism, right?
Yeah, right.
He's like, oh, shit. I'm like, I totally was just, I was just pulling his leg. I wasn't making it a sexist thing.
You were busting his balls.
I was, and that's the word I was trying to say, but I couldn't remember the word busting.
You were... What was I doing to his balls? Hang on. Cradling? No.
Actually, in my head, the word that came up was pulling, and that's why I didn't say it out loud.
Oh, wow. You were pulling his balls. I love that. All right. As of today, that is my new thing. It's like, oh, come on, man. You're just pulling my balls right now. It's sort of like pulling my leg, busting my balls. Boom, put them together, and you're pulling my balls. At least you're not busting my leg. Yeah, now busting my leg doesn't sound anywhere near as much fun as pulling my balls. All right, that's my new thing. Oh, wow. If anything that I am taking away from this podcast, it's that new phrase.
But I knew in my head, I'm like, that's not right. So that's why I'm just like, oh, what's that other thing you can say? I'm like, pulling your leg. And then you said, but I'm like, busting, that's the word I was after.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Thank you for this gift, Ashleigh. Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, I was pulling his balls. So, because...
Oh, fucking love it so much. You have no idea how much I love that new saying.
You just gotta tug it the right way.
You do, exactly. It's not too hard though, because that's a sensitive area. But yeah. Oh wow. I can't even remember why you were pulling his balls now. Like, what was that all about?
Lady Bird, feminism.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's right. Of course. Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. What's about feminism and pulling someone's balls in the same thing? Like, how does this even happen? Wow. There's your feminism for you. A good pull of the balls. Right.
This is just the magic of this podcast.
I now want to get a t-shirt that says feminism is pulling my balls. That is a t-shirt that will sell millions.
I think it actually might. That actually sounds really goddamn catchy.
There you go. That's my next Photoshop project.
I'm thinking now every time I put out an episode, there should be a slogan for each episode, and this one will be "Feminism is pulling my balls." So that's the selling point.
Oh,
right?
yes.
Oh, God.
Oh, man. Oh, this podcast is just the gift that keeps on giving.
Gift that keeps on pulling.
Oh, man, and we are just having a balls. Anyway, all right. Let's regroup. Let's focus. Let's get back on track here.
Yeah, I had such fun with John and Josh, so I did not actually think that they were being sexist. I just thought it was a really funny thing for a guy to be telling me what perfect feminism is. And as soon as I said that, you could see Josh, I wish I had kind of kept it in, but it was pointless to keep it in. But Josh looked like a deer in headlights. He did not know how to react, like, oh shit, have I just fucked up? I'm like, I'm kidding, it's okay. But even John was like, and this is why I don't make those kind of comments, because I'm in no position to say that kind of thing. And I just said, again, I was laughing not at him, because that is something that I hear from so many guys, like, that's how you do feminism. Like, oh, okay, you're the expert? Alrighty then, thank you. So glad that you told me we've been doing it wrong all this time.
Exactly.
I honestly, out of all these, I was kind of surprised that neither of them got the question about Spotlight. I actually thought that was pretty easy, which was which US newspaper is depicted in 2015's Spotlight. I thought that one was...
the Boston Globe. I was not that tired, I remember. I mean, that being said, don't get me wrong, I didn't get it right at the time, because that is one film that I have been really, really keen to see, but I have not seen it yet. I do believe that I did get a copy from Digital Copy Bay, which, for the record, if I like it enough, then I will go and buy it and add it to my Blu-ray collection. So it's try before you buy, but which doesn't justify it, I know. But that being said, yes, I have not seen it. But yeah, so it was a tricky question. Like, I mean, having not seen the film, I don't know, is it really prominent in the film? Like, do they keep talking about Boston Globe all the time, or?
It's about the people who work for the Boston Globe doing an article on pedophilic priests. So
Yeah. No, I know what it's about, but you know, I mean. Yeah, because there's so many newspaper names out there. Like, it would
I know, but again, this is also one that's based on a real story, and I feel like any type of story outing priests in Boston, Boston Globe, like, I don't know. I guess I thought that it was an easy one, but you never know. What's easy for one is not easy for another. But
yeah, like, I'm thinking of newspaper-based movies, and I'm thinking of the movie Shattered Glass with Hayden Christensen that was also based on a true story. If you haven't seen it, it's about a journalist by the name of Stephen Glass who wrote for... Now, see, this is the thing. Like, I can't remember and it was a prestigious... It was like the New York Times or something. Far out. That's the thing. I can't remember what the publication was, but he was writing all these articles, and again, this is a true story. It was discovered that like 80% of the things that he was writing were fabricated. Like, this guy actually made up shit to put in the paper, and
yeah, obviously nobody fact-checked anything.
Well, they loosely did, but he was kind of... I mean, it was set like... was it early 2000s or something? You know, when websites were like really basic and rudimentary. So he would create websites and things, you know, to cover his tracks in a way. And this movie, like, the more things get untangled and, you know, when that sort of net starts closing in on him and everything, like, it's so fucking tense. It is such a brilliant movie. But, yeah, that being said, I can't remember. And I've seen it, like, half a dozen times, and I still can't remember what the name of the publication was. So no, I think like some people's brains maybe just aren't wired to remember like specifics like that.
Well, the funny thing is, because it is such a really good film that it's disappointing that Hayden Christensen kind of ended up not pulling away from the acting career because people were giving him so much shit for the Star Wars prequels, which I personally don't think that he's not a bad actor, because I love a lot of his work. He's amazing in Shattered Glass. Oh my god, I was just about to say that. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it in years, so I barely remember it.
Oh, well.
But
oh man, that's like one of those movies that like hardly anyone's even heard about. So yay!
It's such a great film, and Life as a House breaks my heart every fucking time I watch it. I cry so much at the end, and Hayden Christensen does a brilliant job in that film too. And so he is a very talented actor, and the fact that he pulled away from acting because he was getting so much shit and people were just being pricks. It's like, I don't think, I say this to a lot of people when they try to say Hayden Christensen's a bad actor. I said, he's not a bad actor. He was just delivering what the script told him to. If you're mad at it, get mad at the script, not at him.
No,
he was just doing his job.
Well, it wasn't so much the script, it was George Lucas is a shit director. I'm saying it here and now. Like, okay, when you're directing a film, if an actor delivers a line like, "You underestimate my power," you go, okay, cut. Hayden, you're better than this. You know? I've seen you work before, like, so much better. I know you can deliver something a lot more convincing. So let's do it again. Okay, take two. Rather than just like, okay, cut. Yeah, that was great, Hayden. And then move on to the next thing. Like, it's all on George Lucas. Like, you know, there were so many. Even Natalie Portman, a fucking Oscar winner. Like, she is a fucking great actress. But her deliveries in those films were just terrible. But again, it's all on the
think
director.
for me, in terms of dialogue, I think the one line I hate the most is when Padme says to Anakin, "You're breaking my heart." I'm like, he just committed mass murder, and that's your response?
Yeah.
No,
you
have a bit more to say than that.
Yeah, the script definitely had flaws as well, but I think if it had been in the hands of a more competent director, I mean, you know, like, Lucas did really good with A New Hope. I mean, yeah, for sure, but, you know, then, you know, Empire Strikes Back, which was like one of the greatest movies of all time, was in the hands of a different director, and so I don't know. I just really don't think Lucas is that good a director, because I think maybe he just moves too fast or something. It's just like, you know, yep, that'll do, move on to the next one or whatever, but yeah, anyway.
I know a lot of people hated Jumper, but I actually really dug it.
I only saw that once, and I liked it. Yeah, I did like it. I just haven't gotten around to seeing it again.
I feel like maybe it was just a little bit before its time, maybe? Because we had Samuel L. Jackson, and he's going around hunting people who have this innate ability. And then he goes on to, you know, do Avengers where he's recruiting people with abilities. So I'm just like, but it was fun. And the fact there was actually a really pretty interesting story, you know, people who are born with this interesting gift. Like, I would love to be able to teleport around the world. That would be friggin' amazing.
Oh, God, yeah.
And then people who are kind of these zealots who see it as like a crime against God, who are trying to hunt you down and kill you. There's a lot that you can take from that that's really interesting, especially for me, Hayden Christensen's character, who's abandoned by his mother, and she starts a whole new life and a whole new family. I'm like, again, that's a very human story. So people are like, oh, it was so shit, but I actually thought it was pretty good, but
yeah,
haven't seen it in a while. But still, I will stand by my comment. Also, in Shattered Glass, he was a reporter for the New Republic. Which...
New Republic, there you go.
I don't even know what that technically is, but...
I knew it had the word new in it, but yeah. No, there was... I just remember the blurb for, you know, it was like the magazine that was read on Air Force One, and, you know, they were like really hyping it up or something, but yeah. But that's what I mean. Like, yeah, sometimes it is difficult to keep track of all these newspapers in films, so...
Well, I
Uh-oh.
mean... Am I frozen?
No, there was just like dead air there for a moment. We can't have that! We're going to keep this moving. What are you just trying to pull my balls right now?
I was totally going to make a joke because it was Boston Globes. I was going to say pulling by the globes. Then I got distracted by Hayden Christensen and I missed my moment. Damn it.
Ah, damn it. Well, that's a very clever play on words.
I will save my globes pulling joke for another day. I'm sure I will be able to use it again in the future.
Fair enough.
Especially on this platform when I am, copping globes to the face all the time. When you think about it.
Oh, boy. Wow.
I didn't want to say sausage. I didn't want to say sausage fest again. That term's getting a little boring. So we'll say copping globes to the face.
Yeah, we'll say that. All right, that's a great idea. Oh God. Anyway,
so it was an okay category. John did better. Not too many points were scored. So John ended up getting. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think he got 5.5 points in that round, and Josh, he managed to get 1, 2. He got 2, which at least it's not 0.
That's true. So he knows something, just not much.
After that, we moved on to round 3, which was franchises, and I felt so bad for Josh. So bad. Because it was like the unit, because I don't decide who gets what question. It's very simple that I've already have it decided that the new guest gets the first question, and that's just the way it goes. So when I looked and I realized that all these questions that were either related to something British or something that Harry Potter, which is Josh's category, all were going to John. I was just like, I'm so sorry, because you actually could have scored some points.
You mean motherfucking Harry Potter?
I do.
God, that was funny. Their reactions to that was amazing.
I know, watching that, it did. I was trying not to laugh while I'm saying it because they were laughing so hard. Especially John saying, sorry, we missed everything you said after motherfucking Harry Potter. Again, I don't rehearse or prepare anything that I do. I actually hate doing intros for any of my shows, especially Are Your Movie Oracle and the podcast, because I think I am terrible at intros. And so the fact that I'm like, I have to now repeat myself, which is so bad. So I'm just like, okay, let's just speed do this. And to end it with, how did I do? That was my attempt to have levity in the fact that I'm doing something twice.
Right.
So franchises is often, I'd say, it's a pretty easy category because franchises are so prevalent and pretty much everybody watches it. So how did you do in the franchise round, and how did you think I did, even though yes, there was one fuck up in there?
Look, admittedly, and this is just because I'm an honest guy. I was really tired by that point. How did I do? I'm just gonna say I did really well. My favorite question was question number 3. I thought the contestants did a fine job, and yes, the questions themselves were really well written and well thought out, and they were challenging without being too challenging. God, I'm good at bullshitting.
Every day of your life.
Yeah, so that's my 2 cents on round 3. Love it.
So, if you've watched the episode, you'll know that there was indeed a moment where I fucked up, and I didn't know I had fucked up, because I'm reading what's written and I'm not really thinking about it, so it's not until editing where I'm just like, okay, obviously. I'm like, what did I just say? Was that right? Hang on, let me go look at my... Oh, I wrote the question wrong. That is why I said it wrong. So I don't notice
So which bit was the fuck up? I'm sure once you tell me I'll remember, but
It was Kingsman.
Oh, okay. No. Full disclosure, because once again, I'm a really honest guy. I think I had sort of dropped out a little bit through that question and then woken up going, oh, okay, pay attention. Come on, you're nearly there. Just keep watching. But I remember something about Kingsman, but yeah. So please, let's pretend that I didn't know what happened. Tell us what happened.
Because you don't know what happened. What is Eggsy's... Okay, so this is the question that I actually wrote. What is Eggsy's Kingsman code name in Kingsman The Secret Circle? Problem is, when I wrote that, I've obviously combined two movies because it's The Secret Service and The Golden Circle, but I wrote The Secret Circle, which... Ooh. For the record, Secret Circle is actually a CW show about witches that got cancelled because it was shit. But... so obviously when I've noticed this, I'm like, okay, well I can at least type the question correctly so it's on the screen written the right way, which is, I decided to, which would have actually been the Golden Circle because Eggsy didn't have a code name until the sequel. And he got, Colin Firth? So many Collins. I always get Firth and Ferrell mixed up sometimes. But yeah, so Colin Firth was the one. They thought that he was dead.
Get it?
They thought he was dead at the end of the first one, and so he was the original Galahad, and then Eggsy ends up getting his code name, and so then they find out he's not dead, so then there are two Galahads, and then it's a thing. But yeah, that was my little mistake. I am sorry, but...
I do remember waking up and to a bunch of people talking about Galahad and thinking to myself, wait a minute, where the fuck am I? Oh, I'm in bed, I'm watching this thing. Okay, pay attention. I do remember the name Galahad. I remember that, but yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay, so we'll just...
Probably was not the best time for me to watch that thing.
It wasn't. But we'll quickly go over the questions because Dan has no idea what they actually were. First one was, who plays the villain and black market dealer in Mission Impossible 3?
Oh, no, I did get that one, because, Philip Seymour Hoffman, because I love Mission Impossible 3. That is up there with my most favourite of the Mission Impossible films. I don't give a fuck what anyone says.
Okay.
Actually, I'm borderline almost want to still say it's my favourite. That's how much I love that film. I love the way it was structured. I love the way it was shot. Philip Seymour Hoffman was fucking intimidating in that film. He was a really scary villain. I love that film. So no, I definitely got that one right. And I do remember laying there, cursing everybody for not knowing it.
Well, John got it.
Yeah.
So that's not everybody.
No, well, you know what I mean.
Well, Josh got the first question. It was his question. He didn't get the answer, but then John did because he did know the answer. So then we moved on to in Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End, Tia Dalma was revealed to be who?
Oh, wow. I don't remember that one.
Just admit it. You blacked out. You blacked out.
I wonder how many questions I slept through. That's crazy.
That's only question 2, so I'm going to imagine all of them.
No. Because, now she was revealed to be... was it like a storm or something? Or... No, hang on. I'm just trying to remember. Fuck, I can't remember. What was it?
She was the sea goddess Calypso.
Yeah, that's right. And she made a storm.
Yes, she made a storm.
Yeah, there you go. I got a point. Yay!
No, I would not give you a point for that.
No, but I'd give me a point for that because I remember the big storm happening
Then you can give yourself a point in one of your live trivia shows, okay? Because you ain't getting it here.
All right, next question.
What is the name of the talking pug-like alien in the Men in Black films?
No, I remember that question. I mean, I didn't know the answer, but I remember it being... Yeah, I must have been, like, slipping in and out of sleep at this point. Yeah, but no, nobody remembers that. But it was... no, it wasn't... Nigel. It was Nigel.
No, this was Josh's question, and he got it right. It was Frank.
That was my next guess.
Then
Nigel was his middle name.
Then we had the Kingsman question, which John got right, and then neither of them got this one right, which was, who does Chris Tucker play in the Rush Hour films? Neither of them knew the answer to that.
Well, no, technically, whoever it was who said that he played Chris Tucker, that was absolutely accurate.
That was John.
Yeah. See, I was paying attention by this point, because that's the bit where I sort of woke up and thought, okay, I really must stay awake here. Yeah, no, I don't even know if I've seen all the Rush Hour films, but yeah, there was no way I was going to get that one.
Detective James Carter, LAPD.
Eh.
I love the Rush Hour films, hated the TV series, and I accurately predicted that one. That was during a time where I actually used to, when I was doing mostly written reviews as opposed to video reviews, I would do prediction reviews where I would write an entire review of what I thought would happen in a TV show or a film and what I thought my feelings would end up being about the end product. And most of the time, my predictions were dead on, hence the movie Oracle name. And one of them was, I watched the pilot episode of the Rush Hour TV series. I absolutely hated it. And I think I gave it like a 1 out of 5? I don't know, I gave it a really low rating. And when I did and then I did in my actual review of it, I said, in my prediction review, I said, I don't see this TV series going well. Then when I watched the pilot, I said, I don't see this lasting a full season. Lo and behold, it got axed halfway through the first season. I'm like, called it.
Right.
So,
well done.
I know, thank you. Funny enough, I was also accurately predicted a lot to do with Batman versus Superman, so that's also another claim.
Oh, yeah.
Me. And the Huntsman... is it Winter's War? I forgot what it's called,
yes.
but the sequel. So, yeah, that's the one that I also accurately predicted. So, yay!
Right. Woo.
I was good at it once upon a time.
What happened to you? No, just kidding.
I don't know. Life happened to me. So, next up, unfortunately, this question went to John instead of Josh, because Josh would have got it right, who kills Cedric Diggory in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire?
Yeah, that one I couldn't get. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's like, what is it, 8 movies?
Yes.
Was it just the last one they split into? Yeah. So much happened in those films. I know, like, there are your diehard Harry Potter fans. Like, I mean, yeah, if it was a Star Wars question, I probably would have been able to easily get it because, yeah, that's my thing. I know there are Harry Potter people who are like that, like I am with the Star Wars films, but I love the Harry Potter films, but I don't remember enough details, so I didn't get that one.
Well, Cedric Diggory was played by Robert Pattinson, and the answer is Peter Pettigrew, aka Wormtail.
Yes.
So then we move on to, in the Eon production series of James Bond films, how many actors have played James Bond to date?
Yeah, that was one of those ones. I remember laying there thinking to myself, if I took the time to count, I reckon I could probably get it. But I was just like, I'm just going to let them say the answer because I can't be bothered thinking right now. But who we got?
Guess what? You have the time to count now.
Sean Connery, George Lazenby,
Cool.
Roger Moore,
Okay.
Timothy Dalton,
Okay.
Pierce Brosnan.
Okay.
Hang on, who am I missing? Who the fuck am I missing? Because I know the answer was 6. Oh, shit. What's wrong with me?
You've missed the current one.
Oh, so, right. Daniel Craig. Okay. Yeah, okay. Sorry. The way my brain was thinking, because the way when you said the Eon Productions and...
Hang on, I will double check it, even though I know that I'm right. Also, because John revealed that Josh didn't get this, but John did, because John says every November he dedicates everything to James Bond. So he knows his he apparently really knows his James Bond stuff, which is great. I love that.
But I just remember at the time, like, you know, my 4 a.m. brain was thinking to myself, hang on, is that like, you know, the ones leading up to these current ones? Or, yeah, so it was just all too much for my brain to comprehend at the time.
Okay, I remember I did so much work into trying to word this correctly because I knew there have been so many portrayals of James Bond between ones that have been done in, you know, like Latin America, ones that have been done obviously from radio, and so
Indian midgets. What was that dude's name? Fuck, what was his name? There's an Indian midget who is like a Bollywood James Bond, but he's a midget. It's so awesome. Is it Feng Feng or something?
I don't know. No.
Can you've got Google there? Type in Feng Feng, Feng twice. I think that's his name.
There's a guy named Feng Feng, but he's a Chinese football player.
Oh shit! That's definitely not him then.
Okay.
Type
hang
in
on.
Bollywood midget James Bond.
Hang on, I was just saying Indian James Bond.
But I think midget is probably a like.
That you can't say the word midget.
Why?
Because that's offensive. Is
okay,
Weng Weng, I think. Is Weng Weng.
Weng Weng! It's Weng Weng, not Feng Feng. Jesus Christ. Feng Feng's a Chinese football player or some shit. Yeah, Weng Weng. Okay. Well, there we go. She's lost it. Anyway, yeah, so you got Weng Weng and Sean Connery and David Niven and yeah. But Weng Weng, he's probably the best James Bond. Alright, I'll just continue this while you're losing your shit. So yes, Weng Weng is a Bollywood actor of diminutive stature who stars in several action movie parodies of the James Bond series. And the titles of the movies also parody the Bond titles, but with like...
He's not even Indian!
Jokes. He's not Indian? Where the shit is he from then? I thought he was Indian.
He's Filipino!
Yeah, same thing.
No, it's not.
Is he? Fucking hell, I always thought he was Indian. Oh well. Yeah, well, okay. As I said, before I was rudely interrupted, so Weng Weng is a Filipino actor of diminutive stature who's very popular for having starred in several James Bond-esque films over the years, such as the titles of them escape me right now. But anyway, he's not Indian, for the record. Yeah. Oh boy. Can we actually start this entire podcast again? Because between getting John and Josh mixed up and getting Feng Feng from India, oh man. I'm not doing well today. Wow. I am not handling life as well as I could be today, but hey, at least you're entertained, so that's all that matters. Oh boy. So anyway, yes, Weng Weng from the Philippines. Yes, here's to you, Weng Weng. Hope you're having a great day. Hope actually, it's very easy for him to socially distance from people because he's like down
dead.
below everyone. So.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes,
Wow.
his actual name is Ernesto de la Cruz. So.
Oh, very Indian sounding name. Yeah.
I'm sorry, but especially every time.
Especially what? Come on. Use your words. You can do this.
I'm trying really hard.
Oh my god, you are so red right now. Wow. Come on. Come on, I'm just pulling your balls here. Be very hard to pull wet.
I'm so glad I'm not wearing makeup because it would be pouring down my face right now.
Not as lucky as I am that I'm not wearing makeup. That'd just be all sorts of awkward.
Okay.
Yes.
One of the reasons I found that so funny, aside from the fact that it's really fucking funny, is that...
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and say it without laughing.
Okay.
Whatever you were saying...
What? Whenever I was saying what? What? Hello?
Whenever you were saying...
Talk to me!
Whenever you were saying... Wang wang, not feng feng!
Oh yeah, wang wang, not feng feng. Or peng peng.
I was
Not even
immediately
wang wang.
thinking of, Little Britain.
Oh, yeah, right.
Specifically, I'm thinking of Ting Tong and Mr. Dudley.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
like, not ting ting for Ting Tong. Oh, so
Yeah,
I was immediately
yeah.
thinking, oh my god.
Yeah, wang wang, not feng feng, Mr. Dudley. Oh dear.
Oh
Wow,
my God.
holy shit, this podcast has went way off the rails. It went off the rails, down a cliff, into a bottomless pit, and it's still going. Oh man. So anyway, Feng Feng is a Chinese football... Was he Chinese? Oh fuck, I don't even care anymore. He's a football player. Wang Wang, the Filipino diminutive stature actor. Who's not from India, who's probably never even been in a Bollywood
I really
film.
need to
I don't
invest
know.
in it. Oh my god. Oh, that my throat now really hurts.
That's what she said. Anyway, so yes, the Eon James Bond. So six Bonds. Yes, there you go. Yeah.
Okay,
no, I remember that.
moving on to the next question while I still
Good
have
idea.
oxygen left in my lungs.
Yes.
Name the island Jurassic Park 3 is set on.
Oh my god, yeah. Fuck if I knew that one. My god, like I knew there was is as you said, Isla, whatever. No, it's Isla Fisher. It's Isla. Isla. Yeah, so I remember the answer was sauna. I remember that because by that point I was awake and paying attention. I only remember Isla Nublar, is it? From the first one or something?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one I remembered. Like, again, that's one of those things that... I know the movies had dinosaurs in them. Yeah.
You caught that, huh?
And Wang Wang did not have a role in it, unfortunately. He should have, though. He should have been in every movie. Just, pulling people's balls.
He could have played one of the dinosaurs.
Oh! He's about the right size to pull people's balls. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, so no, well done to them for getting that. That's like one of those questions for people who, who've seen those movies about 1,000 times and know all the details.
I know. I mean, it would have been so easy to say what's the island in the first one. It probably would have even been easy to say what was the island in the first new set of Jurassic Park films, or Jurassic World specifically. But third one, I thought that was going to be a tough one, and there's John just like, no, I got this. Like, nothing phases him. I don't think I've yet to make him sweat, so obviously I'm going to have to really challenge him. But
oh, that was crazy.
Neither of our competitors knew this, which was in Transformers Revenge of the Fallen. In what city do they find the Matrix?
Yes, because they were saying Cairo and Giza and stuff. See, like, by that point, I was seriously paying attention. But yeah, it wasn't so much a challenging question, it's just no one gives a fuck about those movies. So,
I do.
Oh, when I say no one, I just mean, like, rational, normal people. But, yeah, so, I mean, I've already forgotten what the answer was. Yeah, that's how little I care about the Transformers franchise.
It's Petra.
Oh! Alright. How can I forget that? Yeah. This is definitely the part...
Because apparently you don't care. You just fucking said it. You just fucking said, who would know because nobody cares.
Here's the thing. My mum's name is Petra. So every time somebody in that fucking question was saying that they were finding the Matrix in Petra, I'm just like, what the hell, man? That's my mum you're talking about. I'm not kidding. That is my mum's name. And all these people are like, oh yeah, like if you look inside Petra, you'll find the Matrix and stuff. It's like, fuck off. That's my mum. That's like, that's sacred. You don't go inside my mum to find the fucking Matrix from the Transformers films. She does not have that in her. So,
well,
yeah,
technically,
I think it was like,
technically, I can make this so much worse. Technically, it's more like an electronic device. It's the matrix of power. And when you put it in something, it turns it on. So,
it's my mum! She does not have an electronic device inside her turning her on, okay? Oh, man. Yeah. The funny thing is, I remember laying there watching this, and like I think it was twice someone said something about the Matrix in Petra, and I was just like, oh man, I can't wait to bring this up in the podcast. And then, yeah, I totally forgot all about it until you just mentioned it, and I was just like, oh man, yeah, that question scarred me emotionally. Like, there's no going back from that. Yeah.
Well, I think that what makes it even more upsetting is that such an important thing, like the Matrix being in Petra, and then nobody remembered Petra afterwards.
I did. Mom. I remember her every Mother's Day and every birthday and stuff. Like, yeah, but anyway, I'll have to talk to her about this Matrix thing because, I had no idea that she had an electronic device inside her. Yeah. But anyway, no, in future, if you could leave my mum out of questions, like, that'd be great. Yeah.
Oh, at this point, I am never leaving your mum out of anything.
Oh my god. Wow. Oh man.
Hey, if she's okay with having Matrix inside of her, then anything goes.
Who said she's okay with it? There's a whole bunch of fucking robots after it and stuff. No wonder she lives such a difficult life. This is not a debate about
consent. Well, hang on. First of all, let's just say the Matrix was hidden in Petra for centuries. Hey. Just, sitting in there collecting dust, and then when they pulled it out,
oh my god,
it turned to dust. So
yeah, well, not everything that comes out of my mum is awesome. Hey, yeah,
that could have also ended up being an insult at your sister.
Well, yeah. Yeah, anyway. Moving on. So, no, that was an interesting question. I was probably the only viewer of that episode that really, took something else away from that question. Yeah, I didn't like it very much. I can respond to that one. That's just me. But, well, yeah, anyway.
I just hope that somebody thanked your mum for her service.
Or at least paid her. Yes, But no, once again, a really good bunch of questions. And actually, my assessment earlier was correct. They were challenging, not too challenging. They were, from a wide variety of French phrases. And, yeah, I thought you did good there. You did good! Except for the part with my mum. Thank you. And the Matrix. Yeah, that's...
We ended the game with the last question of, in The Lord of the Rings, how many rings of power were given to the dwarves? Wang Wang was not one of them. Before you go and try and make that joke.
Or Fang Fang.
I wish I said that while you were sipping your drink.
Yeah, oh man, that could have got ugly. Another question I didn't know. And, I've seen those movies a whole bunch of times, and I knew it was a number. Between 1 and 1,000. But yeah, I couldn't remember specifically how many rings went to each faction. So no, good question, very good question. Yeah.
Yep. John aced it again with the answer being 7, and so John ended the game on a whopping number of points. And
it was 18 and a half, was it?
17 and a half, 18 and a half. Either way, he thrashed.
Pretty sure it was 18
Josh.
and a half. Yeah.
It was more than, whatever. Either way,
Maybe it
he
wasn't.
won. He
Big
won.
time.
And poor Josh did not win, but the good thing that I love when somebody actually takes away from the episode is that they're not bitter, they're not upset, they're just very happy, and they had good laughs, and Josh had said that he had so many laughs that he just had an absolute blast. One of the things that Josh had said before we had started recording is that he was both kind of nervous and really excited to do the game, not because of the questions exactly, but because he's still trying to figure out how to relax in front of the camera and be himself and let his own personality shine through, and that's still something he's working on.
Did you say he's trying to learn how to pee himself? Okay. Yeah, cool.
I'd like to ask, has any Matrixes been inside your mum lately? So.
Please continue.
Yeah, exactly. I can use this as ammunition forever.
Oh, God damn it. Maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
But I'm so glad you did. I'm so glad you did.
I deeply regret doing that now, but anyway.
I don't regret things being inside your mum. So...
Oh, fuck.
I could write this for ages. This is the best.
Oh, God, there are
Christmas
so many
came early.
quotes.
That's what she said. Actually, it's more like Patron came
There are
early.
So many quotes from this podcast that are, like, recyclable. Yeah. Oh, my God. Anyway.
Like your mum. This is the best.
Yeah.
Oh, this makes everything worth it. But yeah, Josh was just really happy to come and be able to relax and just let himself be himself, because he's so focused on trying to answer the questions that he doesn't have time to think about what persona or whatever he's putting out, so he can just be himself.
Sure.
And it's easy to learn that once he is himself, he's a really fun-loving guy who just enjoys being the moment, which is so great. So, for considering I haven't done an episode in 2 months, to come back and have a glitch and then end up with an episode that was still that entertaining and everybody having such a good time, I was really happy that, like, that was the first episode back, because I thought it was just so much fun.
It was, yeah, and just the fact that all three of you had so much fun through it, and, like, you were all laughing so much and everything, like, that's the stuff that makes it good, you know, that's the stuff that comes through the screen. It's infectious, you know, it makes you enjoy the episode even more. So, honestly, I thought it was one of the best ones that you've done in a long time, and, you know, credit to all three of you for making that happen. So, yeah, well done, keep that shit up.
I have to say that I now have a new level of appreciation for this episode, because it has resulted in what I would say is the funniest episode of this podcast that we have ever done. I have yet to laugh this hard. In all the episodes we have done, and I have laughed plenty, this was the most hilarious, between dealing with Wang Wang and your mum.
And fisting Jared Buckendall and ISIS videos, and oh man, it's been an absolute roller coaster ride. Yes, of course, like, you know, what was it? Feminism is pulling my balls. Yeah. Wow. It's
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to create the caption for this episode. Like, come and join us as we pull balls and we talk about things being trapped inside Dan's mum.
Wow. And it's all true. You're not exaggerating anything in that. Like, yeah. Wow. I hope everybody else has been on this same sort of journey that we have. Yeah.
I wonder if people just get to the end, if they ever do manage to get to the end of one of these, and just look and go, these people are fucking nuts. I would.
It's true, though. Like, I can't argue with a single thing.
Well, we have gone over everything in this episode, and then some.
Oh, yes.
And it has been fantastic. I can only hope that whenever this episode airs, I am tomorrow, which is Sunday for me, we'll be recording the next episode of Are You a Movie Oracle, and I'm hoping for just as much hilarity. So therefore, I hope that when we record the next episode of this podcast, that I laugh so hard that I bust a rib. I'm hoping for it. I can't wait to be hospitalized and they ask, what happened to you? And it's like, I laughed too much. It's like, I'm friends with Dan. That is what happened.
And I will definitely endeavour to watch the next Are You a Movie Oracle when I'm actually, like, conscious.
I'd appreciate it.
And like I said,
don't. It's almost more entertaining if you don't.
But just if you could leave my family members out of it, like, that'd be great.
Tell your mum to stop putting matrices inside her. God.
Well, did she put it in there, or did one of those fucking robots do it? Or did Michael Bay do it? I don't know. I don't know who put the Matrix in my mum. I didn't even know she... I didn't even know she had a Matrix in her until last night. It was like... It was kind of a shock to me.
Okay, there may have been some consent issues, but we're not going down that path.
I just hope they used lube, but anyway. Yes, so...
They're robots, that was... I don't think so. So, thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode. Remember, you can follow, subscribe, harass Dan across social media by following the links that are in the description box, and we cannot wait to see you in the next one. So, bye!
Absolutely. That's from both of us. I can't wait either. I'm so excited. Yeah, okay, bye.
He's always got to have the last fucking word.
No, I don't.